Happy Mother's Day to all our region moms. Mother Nature not having a very good Mother's Day as we've got rain and, some wet snow mixing in across the region. Things get much better than this though. I've got a 7-day forecast I can't wait to share with you, all coming up in this video. Welcome in, everybody. Again, happy Mother's Day. I hope you got in at least some dry hours today in between our earlier gusty showers and then this, which we have moving in now. But again, kind of a sour day. Temperatures have been going downhill and we now have rain changing over to some snow. Oh my goodness. First things first though, we're going to talk about a couple things in this video. We'll talk about what's going on now, and then obviously I want to highlight what's going to happen the rest of the week. We've got some great news in the extended forecast I think you're going to like if you stay tuned. Also, if you have forgotten to subscribe or haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit subscribe here on our YouTube page. What that's going to get you, 2 video updates per week. We usually go long range on those too, so they cover quite a bit of time. Also, during severe weather, if we have any breaking warnings or anything like that, we will go live here. And if you subscribe, that will give you a notification when we do go live during those severe weather events. Final thing I want to ask of you is, I want to know if you're finding these useful, if you'd like to see something else in these videos that we're not covering. And to do that, please comment down below. You have to scroll down a little bit, but you can leave a comment. And be honest with me, if there's something that you're not getting out of these videos that you'd like to get, this isn't my agenda. These videos are for you, and I want to make sure that you find them useful and the information is something that you enjoy. So kind of the objective of these, I like to go over current weather, but I also like to go long range, so I like to show you the models, what they're saying, and we'll go through those together and put together kind of an easier to understand extended forecast than your phone app that changes every 6 hours or so. We change every day. I'm just kidding. We try not to change the forecast at all. But all right, so let's dive into it. I appreciate all the support. Here we go. Tonight, we're on the backside of that area low pressure. That low pressure moved by this morning. We had the gusty winds. Temperatures have been falling all day, and now we've got that area of moisture that's on the very, very back edge of this area low pressure. So we can say goodbye to it after this. But look at this. We've had a steady, just nasty rain here this evening, drizzle when it's not raining. It's changing over to wet snow. It's been mixing with from time to time, but we've got pretty decent wet snow falling across a good chunk of the region as well. This is going to move out and wind down as it continues kind of in that direction. And what we're going to replace it with is, and this is during your overnight and your day on Monday, we're going to replace it with some lake effect kind of drizzle and showers and maybe a little grapple every now and then, and that lake effect is going to be right in that region right there, our traditional area, but just kind of a raw, cool, breezy day tomorrow with these occasional lake effect showers. That's what we're going to be dealing with. In terms of extended though, that's a different story, so let's take a look at those maps. Okay, so let's first take us through the week in precipitation to see showers and thunderstorms and storm systems, and then we'll talk temperatures beyond that. So here's our system that's zipping through right now. You can see the area low pressure kind of winding up. You can almost see that spin to it as it winds through the region. Leftover rain showers going for a couple more hours, and then we turn to just some lake effect tomorrow. I don't think it's going to be widespread, but you can see the model. This isn't a high-res model. This is more of a big picture model, but you can see some of the activity we've got in there where we're going to have clouds, some lake effect drizzle, and showers throughout the day tomorrow, but again, not a washout or anything like that. We start to dry out. There's a little wave that'll ride through here Tuesday. The model's not picking up on that. It'll be a little area energy that kind of zips along that jet stream. We may have some lingering clouds from that, but on Tuesday, by and large, that is going to be our improving day across the region as we see its developing storm system down to the south. So see those red lines on there? Those are we call those heights. Basically, that is warmer air in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere that's moving in. So if you picture way up in the sky, it doesn't always translate to the surface right away, but here's cold air up in the sky. This is what creates some of the snow showers that we have when it's in the 40s, right? Because we have really cold air aloft. This cold air aloft is leaving. We're replacing it with warm air aloft. That often signifies we've got a warm up in the near future. So here we go. We're now into Wednesday. We're dry on Wednesday. I think Wednesday is going to be a beautiful day. And you can see those red lines really working in. In fact, there is some very warm air coming in aloft, and that will start to translate down to the surface as well, as it's not too far to follow. So here's the pattern we're going to get into. This is one of my favorite patterns. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we're going to have a dome of warm air that's making its way off to the north. That's going to meet up with cold air. We're going to shove that cold air way up into Canada. So where that boundary is, we're going to have these, we call them ridge riders. You hear about this all the time in the spring and summer. Basically, you have a warm air dome here, and you get these thunderstorm clusters that develop, and they race along the top of that ridge, wherever that ridge ends up. So I think that's what we're going to end up seeing is kind of a stalled out frontal boundary that goes like this. And we'll see these clusters of storms that move along that. This is Thursday and the Friday. So not a washout any of these days, although this looks like we'll have a lot of shower and thunderstorm activity. I think those will be chunks of moisture in there. I think we'll have many dry hours in between. But we turn to thunderstorms. This is going to turn to almost a summery atmosphere around here. It's going to be a pretty decent change. You can see Thursday and Friday, that front's going to be waffling around our area. So it could push north a little bit, I think, Thursday night. Friday, it may sink back south. That would bring our thunderstorm chances back in. It would also turn our winds off the lake after warming up Thursday, Friday. This would turn the winds off the lake briefly on Friday if that boundary sinks down to the south, as I think it'll do right now. And you can see we're now north of that boundary, so all the action settles down to the south. This is Saturday now. And then eventually that should lift back north as we go into the weekend. You can see that there. This is Saturday night. We're now into Sunday. You can see how there's some resemblance of a warm front perhaps up here and a cold front here. That would bring warm air, dry conditions in, pretty decent warm up. It would lift our showers and thunderstorms to the north on Saturday night, Sunday, and then it looks like some form of a cold front works through here on Monday, but it's really nothing compared to what we've had with these cold fronts. But the theme of this is going to be we're going to deal with shower and thunderstorm chances, not a washout, but we're going to have them pretty much in the forecast every day, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, even into Monday of next week. This is going to be my most favorite part of the forecast, the temperatures. Let's talk the good news in the extended here, all right? We'll take you through the models and what they're saying. So let's start with Monday. It's not looking great tomorrow. Again, we've got that cold air wrapping in, low pressure centered over here now, heading off. It pulls in that cold air from Canada that still remains from the weekend. So this isn't a fresh air mass. This is kind of a recycled polar vortex air mass that's coming in. So we're going to struggle to get out of the 40s on your Northwest Indiana Monday. Tuesday's that in-between day. We could do better than this, still below average, but we'll take it. We'll be in the mid and upper 50s on Tuesday as that atmosphere tries to warm. We're stopping all that cold air from rushing in, so that cold air just kind of sitting and it's moderating over us. There's not really much of a flow. And then Wednesday's really, I think, our first real nice day that we get into. We should be in the mid-60s. I think we'll see some sunshine. You can see that warming all across the Great Lakes. And then Thursday, it's on. It is on. We are into the 70s, not just here, but all the way up to the Canadian border. Remember, that boundary is going to establish itself off to the north. That cold air welled off to the north now. That warmth is just going to flow all the way up north. So I think mid-70s on Thursday. And then Friday, remember, we get some showers and thunderstorms, and it kind of sinks that boundary down to the south. That would turn the wind off the lake. So see how we're in the 50s near the lake shore. Everyone else will be up near 70 again, but that's going to be that lake cooling that we get with the north breeze all across the lake. That's on Friday. But then Saturday, the wind should return out of the south again. And there you go. We're well into the 70s again. This is setting up, remember, that area low pressure off to the west. Remember, we're going to develop a low somewhere over here. With the warmth kind of surging out ahead of it. So I think Sunday we have a good shot at 80s as that warm air heads in. It just depends on if that system develops. Saturday night and Sunday night, we may have low temperatures in the upper 60s in spots, which that's like air conditioning weather. Anyway, on into Monday, a little bit cooler. That frontal boundary settles somewhere in there. Showers and thunderstorms along it, so we bring in cooler air. But this is our cooler air mass, only in the 60s. Gone are the 40s and 50s, folks. We may have another 50-degree day or so over the rest of the month. But overall, I'm thinking we stay mild, still in the 70s. And then as we continue that, there is no cold air in sight. Maybe up here in the top corner, but we are well locked into the warmth beyond the weekend into next week. So there's your good news in the forecasts. Once we get to Thursday, we're going to hit in the 70s. And we should stay there at least for a good week or so before we even have a chance at some colder air once again. So hope that's the good news that you needed today. We appreciate you taking care of us, and have a great night. We'll talk to you soon.